Hi, and welcome to The Goddess Within. I would like to preface that I do not define the goddess to be gender specific, but the energy surrounding it, the passion that makes our soul dance. Before I begin, I would like to do a brief introduction of myself. I believe that each and every one of us have a story, a teaching, if you will, that makes up who we are, where we are in our lives, and how we got there. What is wonderful about our stories is that it is truly unique and that there is always a golden nugget that we can take away, an insight that we may not have considered. Or perhaps the nugget is that we can identify to the story and feel that we are not alone. Be proud. Tell your story. Here is my story. I am a mother of 4 children. I was blessed to even out with 2 boys and 2 girls. I have a 23, soon to be a 24-year-old daughter, an 18-year-old son with autism, followed by a 16-year-old boy, and my youngest is a 14-year-old girl. Yes, it is a very busy household. With the help of my own family tribe, I was able to put on the different hats parents do. Cook, housekeeper, nurse, taxi driver, disciplinarian, teacher, you name it, I was it. And with all the busyness of life, I was unhappy. I thought I was unhappy with work. So with the support of my husband, I abandoned 13 years in the financial industry and ventured off to the world of health and wellness. I studied to be a yoga teacher, a Reiki and Thai massage practitioner, and even delved into personal training. Through that experience, I found my spiritual self, but it eventually cost me my marriage. But here's where my story changes. My then self looked at it as a husband who wasn't truly supportive, and because he didn't speak his thoughts, blamed me for the disintegration. Granted, the financial burden fell on him, but in my mind, and I still believe this, I am not a mind reader. So if you have an issue, then speak. But here's the thing. I knew when I met him, he wasn't one to talk unless it really bothered him. It doesn't help either that I like to keep the peace. So fast forward to today. It was really and truly the lack of communication between the two of us that slowly drifted us apart. So in 2013, in an argument, surprising, we argued, he told me to pony up with a lawyer, and surprisingly to him, I did, and served him a few months later. From the time I served him, I went through a dark battle within myself. I only ate to survive, nothing hearty, and definitely nothing healthy. I lost a lot of weight. I mean, when your yoga pants that are made of Lycra are baggy, you know something was not right. I even disengaged with close friends. I stopped going to the gym, and I just didn't take care of myself. I did continue to teach yoga, which brought me a lot of serenity, but that was seen on the outside, and it wasn't truly reflected inside. Not only was I going through a separation with my husband, I made the decision to take my older daughter's father to court to update his support since she was going to university. With all this money going to lawyer fees, you tend to find yourself in a lot of financial stress. So I left the yoga teaching world and went back into finance. Hoping that the extra income would change things around at home, I tried as best as I could to be the person my husband saw me when he first met me. Everyone knows how difficult going through a separation can be, battling your own inner demons, and in the end up 3 years later living in your parents' basement. It was a struggle, financially, mentally, and emotionally. Many nights crying yourself to sleep quietly so no one can hear you, yawning in front of your kids pretending that the tears were from the yawn. I have never been independent, meaning that I was always taken care of. This was the first time in my life where I needed to strap on a pair and fend for myself, where there is no one but me to take care of the fallout. There cannot be a fallout, but I managed. I am grateful that I am able to provide the basics for my children, and I'm still standing. And if you are wondering, it took a lot of work, but my relationship with my ex-husband has never been better. Differences aside, we committed to each other that our children would come first, so I couldn't have a better co-parent than him. Don't get me wrong, I do know what it's like to deal with not so altogether father, but I will need to save that story for another day. At a high level, this is my story. It may or may not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. For those who stayed to hear me to the end, thank you, and I look forward as we walk together and ignite the goddess from within. Love and light, Mary Ann.